I've been in my boyfriend's white padded cell of a room for a bit too long, so I've been thinking, and I want to share my train of thought. So let me To set a baseline here, I believe the digital world is a small-scale manifestation of the human mind. The way algorithms operate are really similar to the way our brains operate. Think the compartmentalization of data, reducing people to archetypes to make them more digestible, understanding culture through the lens of subgroups. It's like an amped up version of how we work, but with a sinister twist of advertisers being behind it. So with that said, we know the internet and technology as a whole develops much more quickly than us. It learns from the human sample size and compounds, taking things from the real world and making it its own. And for a large portion of my life, I've been really concerned with how the digital world sculpts us. Because when we look at our pillars of socialization, or the factors that make you who you are, you can see that mass media is beginning to host a lot of the rest of them, thus making it no longer necessary for us to become fully fledged entire human beings through in-person exposure. But, and this is what I'm getting at now, for now, the online version of these in-person pillars of socialization, Streamers University for example, are still reliant on the in-person experience. They're rough copy and pastes of the real world, still dependent on the real world to function. But I think AI is changing that very rapidly. I recently wrote a paper about how people treat AI as an in-between divine figure. So not God, but think golems or angels. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. From the functionalist perspective, AI serves the same need as a typical divine figure. We pray to it for guidance, for clarity, for direction. And while there's been a lot of academic debate on whether or not AI can actually create religion, which we've already kind of seen on a micro level with Roko's Basilisk, our quantifiers for what religion is and how we define it have largely been taken from real world religion. And sometimes people get abstract where they say you can find religious structure in like Orange Theory or Minecraft. You can't really pioneer large-scale awareness or change through abstractions. So with that said, what about a digitally native religion, one that isn't dependent on real-world factors? I feel like in the next 10 years, we're gonna see our pillars of socialization develop on the internet in a way that's completely independent from the real world. Online courses will grow and become that education. Online culture and slang and language is already developing so rapidly that it's becoming detached from the real world. Our peers? Okay, we already have internet friends. I think soon these major institutional factors like religion, like socioeconomics, are gonna exist independently online too. I also wonder how family will play into this, because family is a huge pillar of our socialization. Can the internet even copy that? Like, how do you reframe shared blood? Or will it just become a case of neglecting family and having them become less of an influence because of our increasing screen time? Because that is already happening and we're already seeing the effects of it. Anyway, that's my train of thought. I don't have an answer or a solution. I just think it's good to think about these things.